Modern music kind of sucks. Now, I'm not saying that all music today sucks, but I feel like as of recent, like the last few years, we have been in a what I like to call a musical depression. Because in my opinion, the popular songs the last 2 3 years kind of sucked. Like the popular songs right now, especially in the last year, are just absolutely terrible. Songs like Beautiful Things by Benson Boone, songs like Ordinary by Alex Warren, songs like really any Taylor Swift song, but like whatever. Anxiety by Doechii. What are we doing? And the theme that I have been seeing recently is making songs that sound like worship music, but then not being worship music. Like for some reason they've been making every song sound like it should be played in church, which I don't know why. Like just listen to I guess worship music if you want to listen to that. But all these popular singers like Alex Warren and Benson Boone, they've been making what's essentially worship music, which there's nothing wrong with that. It's just kind of interesting to see that's the direction we're going, because if that's the kind of music they're trying to make, they're not doing a very good job at it, if we're being honest. And before we get started, if y'all like the video, please like and subscribe, and let's talk about music. With the rise of artists like Sabrina Carpenter, Taylor Swift, Benson Boone, Olivia Rodrigo, Alex Warren, like, don't get me wrong, these artists have good songs, but the music they've been putting out lately, and the state of music lately in general, is just depressing. Every song sounds like another song. There's no unique vocals, there's no unique instruments, there's nothing unique coming out of the music entertainment industry in general within the last year, in my opinion, that has been like just actually good music. The one exception I will say is probably a bar song by Shabuzi. I know that is very controversial on whether people think it's actually a good song or not. In my opinion, it's actually a good song. It's innovative. It just sounds good, in my opinion. And it was a huge song. It was the number one song for many weeks in the US, at least. And in my opinion, that's one of the better songs that have become popular and actually sounded good. Now it's crazy to see what the music industry as a whole has become recently. We used to have people like Michael Jackson and Prince and frickin' Bob Dylan, like all these pop stars and these like music idols that people are calling legendary now. They used to just drop music and people listened to that music when it came out, which is just crazy, because if I was in that time listening to that music in real time as it was being released, I would just go nuts, because that would just be amazing. Like, I wish we would get back to that era where we had these massive undisputed legends in music dropping music pretty consistently, and it was just all amazing. And that might be a lot to ask for, obviously. Like, legends in music do not just come and go, like, just constantly there's new legends coming and going. But on the other hand, I feel like we haven't had someone like a Michael Jackson or someone like an Elvis Presley come into the music scene in quite a while. There's nobody consistently dropping music that everybody in the public is coming together and saying this is amazing. Because all the music that is insanely popular and all the artists that are insanely popular right now, there's so much controversy around all of them, because the split between people thinking they're good artists and that the popular music they're putting out is good, and people that hate the artists and think the music is trash, is so split. And it's just crazy that there were times when the most popular artists, everybody collectively agreed that they're just good artists and they release good music, and the music that they were releasing was played over and over, not only because they were a popular artist, because the music was actually good. Nowadays, I feel like the only reason that these songs become popular is because the artist is already popular and it's maybe slightly better than what they have previously been releasing. So the traction they get is just beyond anything that an artist that would release music that's way better, but they're smaller, so they don't get as much traction. And another huge part of this, I know, is TikTok, because if you can have a song blow up on TikTok, the chances of you actually becoming a successful music artist just skyrocket, like instantaneously. There are so many artists right now that have blown up because of TikTok, such as Benson Boone with Beautiful Things, such as Alex Warden with Ordinary. These songs blew up on TikTok, and now they're superstars. Benson Boone had a couple songs before Beautiful Things that were sort of big, but this was the one that skyrocketed him into stardom. Another name that I have seen a lot recently is Somber, and I honestly have a lot of mixed opinions on him because, on one hand, I do think that his music is decent. Like, I like quite a few of his songs. But on the other hand, I don't know if he would be nearly as big of an artist as he is now without TikTok. If TikTok didn't exist, Back to Friends would not be nearly as big of a song as it is today. That is one of the top charting songs in the US the past few weeks, and it would not be what it is without TikTok. And that's another one that I feel like, in my opinion, today is actually a good song, blowing up because it is a good song, but also TikTok definitely has boosted that a lot, and him having a couple hits before this helped also a lot, already having that credibility to when he releases something better than he usually does, I guess, everybody suddenly likes it. Now, one thing that I feel would really help the music industry as a whole right now is Spotify and Apple Music actually giving us good, small artists to listen to. Because right now, the radio, Spotify, Apple Music, and just whatever other streaming service you use for music shove popular artists down our throat and only want us to listen to these popular artists, which gives zero chance to smaller music artists that may have better songs than these artists with millions of listeners every month getting millions of dollars. They have better music, but they're never going to be in the spotlight because they didn't start 10 years ago and they don't have the traction yet. So it's insanely hard, especially nowadays, to blow up as an artist, specifically only using Spotify and Apple Music. If you can have a song blow up on TikTok, then you're already kickstarted. You're going to most likely be okay. There are some exceptions to this where a song blew up on TikTok and then their career just ended. But for the most part, if you don't already have a massive following on Spotify and Apple Music, or your songs aren't consistently played on the radio, chances are you're not going to be a massive hit. Because the songs that are played on the radio, most of them come from TikTok. They see, oh, these millions of people are listening to this song on TikTok and they like this song from TikTok, so we're going to play it. And that's just how it is. And if you have a song that's genuinely good, I feel like it should have an equal opportunity to be as big as Ordinary or Beautiful Things or something like that, just because it's good, not because you have a following and other people decide they want to listen to your music. So if you're a small music artist, it's so difficult nowadays because I feel like every small music artist is trying to make a song to blow up on TikTok, which is not how it should be. You should be able to become a great and big artist purely because your music is good. Purely because you have a good voice, you know what you're doing, you make good music. But nowadays, it's like, oh, I have to have my song blow up on TikTok or else I'm not going to be a good artist or else I'm not going to be able to sign with a record label, which is just not how it should be. Good artists should get listeners because it's good, not because it can make videos on TikTok and because people can dance to it and whatever, it's popular. It should be a big song because it is good. Music nowadays is not big because it is good. It is big because either the artist is already popular or it blows up on TikTok. Music nowadays is so TikTokified that it just hurts. Because why can't I just find music that's good because it's good? Not good because it's popular and because it blows up on TikTok and it gets views. It's honestly so hard as a music listener to try and find these good artists and these good songs, rifling through this sea of trash that all these TikTok artists are putting out. Because there's so much trash nowadays that people are trying to push out to try and get popular on TikTok that all the good stuff just gets thrown away. Well, because the artist isn't popular enough or because it's not a TikTok song. Another problem that I have with the music industry nowadays is how sexualized that the music industry has become. Because you have artists like Sabrina Carpenter and Chappell Roan literally making songs about, and kids are listening to it. That's disgusting. Children should not be listening to songs about, they should listen to songs about whatever. Just not that. Literally anything but that, with a few exceptions. But literally, why are we forcing sex into children's ears? That is genuinely disturbing and horrifying that parents let their kids listen to songs like this, and songs like this are being played on the radio where anybody can hear it. If you played that song to your grandma, she'd be disgusted. She might not know half the words because people have decided that anything can mean anything in this day and age. Anything can mean something sexual that they might not know what half the words are or what's going on in the song. But if you explained it to them, they would be disgusted. And so should you, because children should not be listening to this. Now, I listen to a diverse list of music genres. My favorite is folk music. And Bob Dylan is amazing. I love Bob Dylan. There hasn't really been another Bob Dylan for a while. And I'm okay with that because I have Bob Dylan that I can listen to. But I feel like there are some genres where there isn't one specific artist that's like the pinnacle of their genre. And I feel like everybody is trying to be that with pop music nowadays. Everybody is trying to be that Michael Jackson, which they don't have to be. You can be your own thing without trying to run and try to be the top artist, top listened to artists in your genre, because they're trying to force music that people are going to like and not making music they want to listen to. And I feel like, in my opinion, I like folk music. The folk music genre is very good about just being what it is. It's not the most popular genre. It's not the most flashy genre. It just is good music, and that's what I like about it. It's just, I can listen to a song and I don't have to feel like, oh, this is going to be popular on TikTok, or, oh no, this won't be popular on TikTok. I can't listen to this. It just is good music and I like it, so I'll listen to it. And I feel like there's very little genres that do that, where they just are what they are without trying to be something that they're not. Artists trying to be TikTok artists and trying to be other artists and more popular artists just so they can get more views and listeners and money. Because in the end, 99% of musicians don't do it because they love it. Most of them do it for the money, and that might be the reality of it. It sucks because when you're doing it for money, obviously the product isn't going to be as good because you don't love what you're doing. When an artist loves what they're doing, they're going to be happy and they're going to make what they want and make the best music possible, not what music is going to make them the most money. But anyways, that's my little rant about the current music industry, and I hope y'all enjoyed. Please like and subscribe if you liked the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.